All right. Welcome to the 2024 Google Practice Growth Blueprint for Chiropractors, strategies that attract an extra 3 to 5 new patients per week while dominating the world's largest search engine online. I'm excited to share this information with you today because, of course, there have been some updates to Google and how we approach the search engine. I'm your host, Dr. Matthew Loop. Been helping chiropractors since the 2005 and the MySpace days. I'm a chiropractor like you, got really good at social media and using the internet, and ultimately started speaking on stages, helping other docs harness these channels for practice growth and passive income. And my journey has just been incredibly fascinating. So I'm going to actually share with you what's working now this year based on what my most successful doctors are doing. So shut yourself away from all distractions so you can really focus and pay close attention. Again, I'm Matthew Loop. I wrote the book on social media. Social media made me rich. Here's how it can do the same for you. And I'm very blessed to be able to have been featured on some incredible news outlets for my work, not just in the profession, but outside. So I'm not a Johnny come lately. I have my finger on the pulse of the internet, Google, and social media. And my goal today is just to share with you what's working. I always like to say procrastination is a thief that robs the average person of dreams and opportunity. So when you have this information today, make sure you apply it. There's an old saying that says knowledge is power. However, it's not necessarily that. It's the application of knowledge that's power. So I want to make sure you get the results into your office. Of course, more new patients, more collections. You're helping more people in the community, and you're becoming a center of influence locally. Now, before we get started on today's training, I wanted to invite you to our Social Media Revenue Summit happening in the beautiful city of Atlanta on August 17th. It's at the Porsche Experience Center like we did last year. We even have driving packages the day before the event if you are a person who likes speed like myself. It's going to be an amazing content-packed event. Plus, the room attracts a high caliber of doctor and business owner. Over 60% of the room are my private coaching clients, high 6, 7, 8 figures in their businesses and practices. If you go to profit365.org/SMRS, that's profit365.org/SMRS, you'll be able to learn more about this event. I believe we have 50 something tickets available. We only have room in the conference room for 75 people like we did last year. So if you like the idea of being around winners, people that are doing big things in their practice and life, plus learning new social media strategies, make sure you go to that event. So there are two core components: rapid practice growth with social media, and then creating additional income streams on top of your current business or practice. Now, today I'm going to discuss specifically the 5 most profitable ways to use Google this year and how the busiest chiropractic offices and businesses are tilting the table in their favor. My top clients attract over 25 new patients per month, every month with the search engine giant. I'm going to talk about specific keywords every DC needs to be found for this year and moving forward, website ranking factors that determine whether your site will surface high in the search results or sink like an anchor. I'm also going to discuss dumb and costly mistakes to avoid when using this high leverage patient attraction platform, tools and strategies, resources that make it easy to snoop on competitors so you can overtake them on the major Google placements. What the information today will do for you is it'll bring you in more new patients consistently and reliably. It'll also help you increase your monthly collections, become a bigger center of influence in your local community, and just get more traffic from qualified people. Pretty simple. Now, the 5 most profitable ways to use Google in 2024 are as follows. Make sure you write these down. Google local services. Maybe you've been searching online Google in the past 6 months and you've seen these local services ads pop up. Traditionally, they were reserved for HVAC companies, plumbing, or other services. However, in recent times, it is now available to chiropractors. Now, the cool thing is this is a pay per result type of an ad. It's not a pay per click like you're used to with Google AdWords. So pay per result, you only pay if you get a phone call. Now, one thing about this, you can see there's a green check mark that says license verified by Google. That's huge. It's major credibility. Plus, it separates you from the other listings. And what do you know about these Google local services ads? They place these typically above Google AdWords and above the Maps listings below. So it's prime placement, a way to shortcut to the #1 spot on Google. Now, this verification process could take a couple weeks, could take a month and a half or something like that. So you need to make sure you go through this process, and I promise you, it's going to give you a competitive advantage in the marketplace. The second way to rank well on Google is through traditional Google AdWords. Now, Google AdWords, when you search, let's say, Atlanta chiropractors, this is what you would see. You would see sponsored listings that have the typical chiropractic practice listings. That's Google AdWords, pay per click. You could pay $1 per click, $3 per click, $5 per click or more in some of the most competitive markets, but it does bring you up to the top of the search engine relatively fast. And if you can track what you spend versus the return on your investment, this can be a very profitable medium because Google is search traffic. Always remember that. I love social media, but search traffic is high intent. People are searching for solutions to their problems, or they're searching for a chiropractor, so they're more likely to take action and the conversion can be higher. Here's another example of Google AdWords. I searched Los Angeles chiropractor, and you can see there's also a Google AdWord in the local business listings down here. So again, another way to push yourself up, even if you have not the greatest SEO on your website. So with all the concentration on social media in recent years, there has been a big gap in Google. So get while the getting's good there and get some prime visibility. Now, if you go to ads.google.com, you can get started. The best thing about this is Google AdWords actually have phone support, unlike traditional Google products and other social media sites. So you can get some decent phone support from a Google rep. You might see a screen that looks like this. Google grow your business with Google Ads, and you can click in the upper right-hand corner, start now, and it'll walk you through the process. Don't reinvent the wheel, though. I mean, you can go and look at the most competitive cities in the United States or wherever you are and just start to analyze what people are putting in their Google AdWords and see if you find common denominators. And if you do, well, you might have a winner of an ad. And there are great tools out there like SEMrush that do this work for you. Now, I'm not saying you need a subscription to this, but it's one of the most popular tools to find out Google AdWords keywords that your competitors are bidding on and view their ad copy. It shows display banners and how long they've been running. Very interesting and profitable competitive intelligence tool if you need that. Now, when it comes to a budget on AdWords, I would start with at least $500 per month. And then you can always grow as you see more of a return. I have clients, some of them spend thousands and thousands of dollars every month on Google AdWords because it's very profitable. But start with at least 500 and split test your headlines, your ad copy, etc. If something is working okay, you could probably tweak that and get better results. Now, the next way to rank high on Google this year is through Google Business Profile / Google Maps. Everyone knows what this is, right? I'm searching for a Detroit chiropractor, and these places, these maps listing come up. This is where the majority of traffic goes because they buy doctors like they buy books on Amazon. They want to see the feedback. And, this doctor, the Vesprini, 215 reviews versus 30 versus 14 below that. Who do you think the average person is going to choose 9.9 times out of 10? Of course, the top listing with the most Google reviews. And you should double and triple your closest competitor with reviews. That's going to be how you'll get the most traffic. I have some clients in certain cities. This is literally all they've done, and they're attracting over 30 new patients per month. Over $60,000, $70,000 in trackable revenue based on Google AdWords alone, not including social media. So that's how powerful this can be. Even if you're in the most rural markets, this will still be massively beneficial, get you more traffic, new patients, if you dial it in like I teach. So here are some ranking factors that you need to be aware of. They fall into 3 main categories: relevance, prominence, and distance. The profile should be completed and the proper category should be selected. So as you're going through your maps listing, make sure that it's all completed. The listing should be verified. They might send you a postcard, or you'd have to call and get a code. Main keyword in your business name, if possible, your city or chiropractor. If not, it's not a huge deal, but it does help with the ranking in the short term. The activity on the profile, the responses to reviews that you're leaving. Are you uploading images regularly? Are you posting on Google regularly? Business description, fill that in. Citations, those are basically, if you, let's say, Google a practice that's been in your area for decades, you're going to find that they've been listed on many other directories online. Could be Super Pages, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Health Grades, WebMD, the list goes on. Make sure your practice is on all of those, because Google puts out their spider, and the more of those listings that you have, it actually makes your listing on Google look legitimate. And make sure it's all the same exact information, website, street address, all that other stuff, because that affects your ranking. Now, the content quality on your website has started to affect your Google My Business ranking. The click-through rate. So if people are clicking at a high rate and they're staying on that site, that does matter, and it can boost you up. Is your website updated and optimized for desktop and mobile? Backlinks. There's services like Help a Reporter Out or guest blog posts. Press releases. YouTube, where you can generate links to your profile or any other property that you have. Of course, reviews matter, but it's not the only thing. I get a lot of doctors that say, well, I have the most reviews in my market, but I'm not ranking on the first page, because that's not the only factor. That's just one of many. Yes, you should have 2 to 3 times the amount of reviews as competitors, but there are other factors that do matter. Traffic to your chiropractic website, embedded Google Map on your site, distance to the town center. This is the one thing that we really don't control. Or when somebody is searching on their mobile device in a car, you can't control that. But 9 times out of 10, if you dial in all the rest of these factors, you will rank in that top 3-pack on Google business more times than not. More weight is being placed on mobile friendliness and your on-page SEO of your site. Social signals like your likes and shares and all that stuff, but not as much. Images added to Google My Business posts, messaging, local phone numbers, again, an embedded map on the contact page. Anything that Google offers on that Google Business profile, I would recommend using it and or signing up, because there is some weight on it. The next thing about how to rank really, really well and stack the deck in your favor, I really call it stacked deck social proof. Because when you have this in place as an example for any given keyword online, whether it's your city chiropractor or when people search you out in your city, you've got Google AdWords, boom. You've got your Google Maps listing, boom. You've got your website ranking really, really high, and then you've got other citation directories below that. So you're stacking the deck, you're tilting the table in your favor with all this social proof. Again, you can do this for any keyword. I love it because people, again, they just, when they see so much of you in one place and you've got a tremendous amount of reviews, you're the only logical choice. Here's a further example as you go down the page. Everything is about this particular practice. Website SEO, search engine optimization. This just means your regular chiropractic website is getting ranked very high on Google. In this example, I searched Boise chiropractor, and you can see which ones rank at the very top, just under the Maps listings. Now, while this doesn't get as much traffic as your Google Maps listing, it's still a big credibility factor, and you will bring in new patients or customers because of ranking high. So you absolutely need to have your webmaster do SEO, on-page SEO, and off-page. Now, here are the most important SEO ranking factors. User experience, which includes the page load speed, site stability, interactiveness, and responsiveness. I had one of our Freedom Alliance Mastermind members a few weeks ago. Their website was loading incredibly slow, very slow. It took them 4 or 5 seconds, and then they had it updated. Now the website is loading in a split second. That alone improved their ranking, their traffic, and guess what? The new patients through the door, because people don't like to wait, even if it's a few seconds. I know it sounds stupid and childish, but that's just the world that we live in. So you got to make sure that page load speed is almost instant, or else you will lose a lot of traffic from organic search, but also from ads that you might be running in your market. And there are many page load speed checkers. You can just Google page load speed checker and you'll find something that you can run your website through, and you might be surprised. GT Metrics is one of those page load checkers. Mobile friendliness, this goes without saying. Well, over 75% of people nowadays, depending on what source you're using, are accessing the internet and social media or websites through their mobile devices, their iPhones or their Androids. So this is a massive deal. Time on your website, bounce rate. If people are staying on your website for 5 minutes at a time, that's great. But if they're bouncing off after 15 seconds, that's a problem and your website will not rank as high. Content, the quality, the length, and freshness. Update existing content on a regular basis. So you might have had content that you've written years ago. We should update it if it needs to be updated because that does play a factor on how you rank. Domain power, exact match domains, seniority, HTTPS, secure, regular length, history. So if you have an exact match, atlantachiropractor.com, Google is automatically going to favor that domain because it has that exact match. And if the domain is 10, 20 years old, they will further give that preference. So those things matter. Now, your brand power matters too. The more you publish content, the more of an authority you're going to be in the eyes of Google. So that is huge in terms of how you will be positioned. And that takes time to develop. Voice search optimization. This is a biggie because people are using their phones not just to search by voice, but they're also asking certain questions on Google. And if you've got blog posts or pages related to those questions, that will help you rank higher for voice search optimization. Of course, relevance, your website has to be relevant to the topic, chiropractic, or the conditions that you're taking care of. Internal linking. Are you linking to other parts of your website? If you have blog posts, do you link to other blog posts? Do you link to something else inside of your website, other pages or authorities? That does matter in the grand scheme of things. And backlinks that are external, which, whether they're from directories, social media websites, newspapers, or anywhere that you've been featured as a guest blogger or somewhere, that can affect your ranking. Linkless mentions, if somebody mentions your practice, or if they mention a specific keyword with your practice around it, Google looks at that stuff too. So while it's not a quote-unquote backlink, it does matter in terms of authority. Your website metadata, I'm not going to get too geeky on this, but this is just the stuff internally on the back end of your site. If the keywords are optimized, your meta tags, description, and your meta title. Having a sitemap does matter. It allows Google to crawl your site much easier. Social media shares, this doesn't affect as much, but if you do get a lot of shares on these platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, well, that it can affect how you rank. Here are some keywords every chiropractor must rank for in 2024. Chiropractor, your town. By the way, you can write these down and give them to your webmaster, or if you're planning on doing this yourself, make sure that you have an understanding. I'm going to go pretty quick here because I have a lot of content to cover, but chiropractor, your town, chiropractors in your town chiropractor, just the opposite, your town state abbreviation chiropractor, your town chiropractic, doctor of chiropractic in your city, chiropractic physician, city, chiropractor near local landmark, your zip code chiropractor, chiropractor, your zip code, chiropractic, your zip code chiropractic, reverse order, chiropractic offices, your zip code, chiropractic offices, your town chiropractor reviews, your specialty, chiropractor, your town. For example, sports chiropractor in Atlanta or pediatric chiropractor in Boston. Best chiropractors, your town. Now, you have to be careful here because some states don't like when you use the word best or top-rated chiropractor. Check with your state board to see what you can and you can't say. Your name / reviews. Your practice name / reviews. Your practice name complaints. Your practice name scam. The reason why the last three I put them in there, because I think many people just have a natural skepticism with products and services online these days. So they're looking for anything, reviews, complaints, any reason to not use that service. So you can have keywords and content indexed for all of these things that actually make you look more favorable. So for example, if you were talking about your practice name complaints or your name complaints, you could have a blog post, you could have a page on your site where you would say something like, Dr. Joe Smith addresses FDA complaints by whatever company it is. So you could literally be talking about complaints from a certain company, but your name and complaints are going to get indexed together, and it's going to really be a consumer article that you're helping people and not necessarily a complaint against you. So there are ways that we can do that in our favor. Some bonus keywords: your city chiropractor that accepts whatever insurance. We know that's one of the most common questions if you do take insurance, so answer that objection. Chiropractors near me. Now imagine if you'd had all these systems, keywords, and ranking factors dialed in just 6 months ago. How many more patients would you be passively attracting from Google each month? How much easier and less stressful would your life be right now? How much more of an impact in your community would you be making? How much more money would you be collecting every single month? Now, I don't know your case value, but a lot of docs that I speak with, their average case value could be $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 for the lifetime of that patient or for a 3 or 6 month treatment plan. So you could be losing a lot of money just by not dialing in these simple things every single month. I know I'm a detective in some ways. I do audits all the time on my clients with social media and Google, and so many instances we find revenue that's just right there on the table that we haven't been grabbing because some things haven't been dialed in. And I don't have to tell you about the importance of Google and search traffic anymore. I think that's well understood. Now here's some mistakes to avoid though. Black hat marketing tactics. This just means that you're trying to always find a loophole around Google, but the problem is Google's very smart. Way back in the day when I started online marketing, 2005-06, I thought that this was you're at war against Google, and to some degree you are. However, when you try short-term things like linking a certain way, well, Google closes that loophole, and they end up penalizing your site. So don't fall into that trap. I speak from experience. Too good to be true services. If somebody's promising you 40 new patients from Google in the next 30 days on a $500 budget, well, that's unrealistic. But use your better wits about that. Inconsistency. Obviously, if you're not consistent with your marketing and advertising on Google or social media, you won't get the results that you want. So we have to develop a routine or bring in the right people that can help us be consistent, that we can measure and improve. Not getting started. It's 2024. Everyone searches with Google and they use social media. So there's really no excuse not to be using these channels unless you really are wanting to get left behind. And I'll be the first to say right now in this economy, you need to be putting the gas pedal to the floor. So many docs are pulling back right now, and this is not the time to do that because it just opens the opportunity for people like you and I that are going to put our foot on the gas and reap the rewards. Going at it without professional guidance. Yeah, you could learn all this stuff and you could certainly tiptoe at it, but when you have a team of people that are going to support you, knowledgeable experts, you're able to just quantum leap your growth and compress the learning curve by months, sometimes potentially years. And the truth is, I've encountered any obstacle and challenge you'll face with Google and social media marketing. You don't have to go at it alone or risk getting stuck with complications. So pillars of online marketing, just to review real quick. Of course, SEO, Google is one thing, getting your website ranked at the top of Google. You've got that reputation/social proof management aspect, Google Maps, Yelp, etc. Pay-per-click advertising, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, AdWords, etc. Organic social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. Online video, YouTube, TikTok, live streaming apps like Facebook and other channels. Blogging/microblogging on a platform like Twitter, now known as X, photo sharing sites like Pinterest and Instagram, news releases and publicity. I love to have many pillars like the Parthenon because if one goes down, boom, you've got all these other pillars that support the structure. For example, if your website somehow gets hacked and Google says, wait a minute, your website is not looking good, we're going to temporarily ban your site, crush your rankings. That happens actually a lot. And it's unfortunate, but if that's all you have, you're screwed if you don't have these other layers and channels. So while Google can be a great moneymaker for the practice, you should absolutely have multiple poles in the water. What type of chiropractor are you? When I do these presentations, I find that there are some docs that, unfortunately, they're not going to do anything. And that's very tragic because I know what you're missing out on. The second type of doc you might be is maybe you're already doing Google or social media, you're getting some results, but you know you're capable of so much more and you want to take it to the master level. And the third type of doc you might be, maybe you're already crushing it with Google and social media, an extra 20, 30 patients or more with these platforms, but you know sometimes those subtle adjustments and those small little tweaks can like double your business almost overnight. Now, if you're in category 2 or 3, I can definitely help you. But let me ask you again, how much different would your practice be if you had all these strategies working together even 6 months ago? How much more visibility would you have garnered? I mean, traffic, we can track that through Google Analytics. And sometimes you can double and triple the amount of traffic you're getting very, very quickly. How much more website traffic would you have? How many more new patient referrals from all these channels? Because the reality is when people go to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Google, they search one, then they bounce to the other because they really want to see where you are on every single channel. Because that's how our minds work nowadays. We want to know that business has a very large presence online. And if you have a large presence online through all these channels, you're going to win that social proof game. So as I mentioned before, if you're in category 2 or 3 and you're willing to do some work and you know you've got improvement that you can take your practice or business to the next level, I have a special invitation for you today. And I want you to be honest with yourself. If you're going to walk out of this webinar and training and things are going to fall by the wayside, you might need the hand holding and the accountability to push you to be with other high performers. And that's what our Freedom Alliance Mastermind, the FAM, is exactly that. It's a community of world-class experts, successful chiropractors, business owners, health experts, and freedom-loving entrepreneurs. And when we use the word freedom, we're referring to time freedom, financial freedom, and health freedom. The power of this network is in the curation of the members. I personally hand select and vet the applicants. No one enters our inner circle unless they go through me first. We limit this to 50 people. It's not going to be with hundreds and hundreds of people in this mastermind. And we're all about making the family unit unbreakable now into the future. And inside the fam, you're going to discover how to navigate these uncertain times to create more prosperity for your family. And a big reason why my wife and I created this community is because after being a member of many masterminds and groups, in fact, I invest over $100,000 a year just in masterminds, we still find pieces missing. And there's no organization that brought together every single thing we wanted, not only to grow our businesses, but also to bring more fulfillment, security, and greater meaning into our lives. And I recognize the following. While I've been able to use social media to generate millions of dollars over the years, when I look back and reflect on the history of what's created massive quantum leap growth, it's been because of strong relationships I've forged with integrity-based A players. And in life and business, who you know matters more so than what you know. It's all about having access to resources. So the FAM is for you if you want to upgrade your peer group and hold yourself to a higher standard, if you want to privately coach with me so I can help you harness social media, Google, or any other online platform to grow bigger. If you want to access insider knowledge and the brain power of the group, have regular accountability, and multiply your impact, your influence, and your income. Our core values revolve around family, relationship capital, freedom, time, money, and health, insider knowledge, and philanthropy, because I believe we can use business as a force for good. So what we discuss specifically in the FAM are practice growth strategies, current opportunities to scale while using business as a force for good in the world, investing for cash flow and wealth building like real estate, business acquisitions, online passive income, and more, family, strengthening connection, bonding, travel, adventure, world events, reading patterns, understanding what's happening, how they impact us, and how to come out not only unscathed, but as a winner as the economy shifts, and a lot more. So what you get as a member is the following: weekly Zoom coaching calls, plus the recordings where we share insider knowledge to help you overcome challenges, create new practice growth possibilities, share or celebrate your wins. Sessions typically last an hour. You don't have to be on every session, but the more sessions you can attend, of course, the better it's going to be for you and your growth. So you get 2 VIP in-person meetups every year and travel opportunities at a country club in Atlanta, or maybe a European or American destination, red carpet, luxury experiences all the way. If you've been to any of our events in the past, like our Caribbean event in the Bahamas or Social Media Revenue Summit, you know how we like to pamper our guests. You get access to our private WhatsApp group, so you'll never miss important content or conversations. Cool swag, merchandise, and perks that are only available to FAM members. You'll also get a free ticket to our flagship Social Media Revenue Summit event on August 17th this year. That's a $17.97 value. That's the event that I spoke about at the beginning of this call. You'll get access to all my products and services and programs: Social Media Elite, Internet Income Club, Real Estate Investing Summit, in-house advertising secrets, Chat GPT marketing secrets, etc. High-level connections, resources, and contacts you're just not going to find anywhere else. It's taken me hundreds of thousands of dollars to build this Rolodex, and I guard it carefully. Relationship capital, in my opinion, is the gift that keeps on giving. And by being accepted into this inner circle, you get access to what's taken me 17 plus years to build. You'll have priority access to new money-making opportunities that come across my desk and other exclusive private partnerships. I've never shared these with any clients before. Ongoing accountability, which holds your feet to the fire to make sure you get stuff done. You'll get interviews with other 7 and 8, 9-figure world-class experts and those who resonate with our attitudes, values, and beliefs. Some more family memberships, benefits. You're surrounded by winners and brilliant men and women that care about helping you reach your desired level of success. As the old saying goes, your network equals your net worth, and proximity is power. This is the ultimate shortcut to multiplying your wealth. Your income is guaranteed to grow or your money back, and I'll get to that in a minute. Solving problems efficiently and removing bottlenecks. Many members have their specialized zone of genius that we can all come together, and the brain power of the group is off the charts. We have faced any problem that you can possibly imagine and come out on top, and we'll guide you through to quickly find a solution. Insider information, tools, strategies, and resources that only the world's elite are privy to. Being a member of so many different groups gives me early access. Like, I know a lot of docs think of me in terms of social media, like, wow, Loop's always got like what's new, because I have my ear to the ground. This is an industry that I know extremely well, and my members get access to these before anyone else. You get access to new adventures, bucket list experiences. We travel and speak all over the world, and we'll share our top spots, recommendations, tips, and how to live an epic life. Regular accountability, there's that word again. Sometimes we let ourselves down, but it's difficult to let others down who you truly admire and respect. Your reputation is on the line. We'll hold your feet to the fire so you can accomplish those dreams and goals faster. You can openly share your wins in the fam. The more successful you become, the more difficult it can be to talk with your friends and family who are not at the same level. I have personally found this is the case. However, it's important to celebrate and share your accomplishments. This is encouraged because growth is a scorecard, and we want you to continue to soar. I could share with you testimonial after testimonial after testimonial from clients of mine over the years that have just doubled their practices, done tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars more because of what I've taught them. But, the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. Dr. Cameron says, everything you've taught us has been worth its weight in gold. We've never had anything produce in business like this in 28 years of practice. Dr. Jeremiah, 2 to 3 new patients per month to over 25 per month from Facebook with your help. Dr. Brian Morris, past 12 months, averaged 35 new patients per month with your coaching. Online business launches, an extra $37,000 in just 2 months from Dr. Jose Guevara. Dr. Ryan Ryder, thousands of new clients based on all of his clinics out in the UK over the last several years. Dr. Vanessa, she opened up in 22 new patients her first month from Facebook alone. And the list goes on. Again, I could share with you some powerful case studies. Amazon, 6,500 in Dr. Brad's first month. Dr. Greg talks about the coaching has helped him generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. It's also given him more certainty and clarity in the internet space. Dr. Barbara generating over $500,000 per year from coaching. Dr. Sachin Patel over $1 million a year that he learned with social media as I trained him and his team. So here's what the FAM membership will do for you. It's going to give you aggressive and a strategic game plan on how to double your current practice or your business with the internet and social media. I've helped over 8,500 docs and professionals multiply their clients and revenue using social media channels. You'll get feedback from me personally on your marketing and advertising content when you publish it to make sure it's done correctly the first time. I'll even help you craft your campaigns to ensure that. I help you create new possibilities in your marketing. It's not always about solving problems. I'll help you use social media and AI most effectively and realize the goals that you know you're capable of achieving. Myself and the group are going to help you eliminate any barriers, bottlenecks, or obstacles that are keeping you from your desired level of success. I can show you how to create, launch, and market information products that can be sold globally, like software, online courses, books, apps, membership sites, coaching programs, because I've sold millions of dollars with these. Show you how to start and grow a 5 to 6 figure per month Amazon business or an affiliate business. And show you how to automate your business and help you create multiple flows of passive revenue, solidifying you as the authority in your market. Help you with business acquisitions, show you my recent acquisition that I did a couple months ago. This is an extremely fast way to increase your cash flow as a chiropractor without you having to be the dancing bear and taking on another job. I'll show you how to achieve top Google rankings, how to create an unstoppable public relations machine you couldn't turn off even if you wanted to, and teach you a set of skills that pays you for life in any economy, up or down. So here's our eligibility criteria for the FAM. You must have a family-first mentality, value time, money, and health freedom. You must already have a successful business. You have to have a desire to build and multiply your net worth by 5 to 15x. We'll discuss modern wealth creation and cash flow methods that are working right now in spite of the chaos surrounding us. Most understand that no government or politician on either side is coming to save you. The world doesn't run and operate the way most people think it does. You must be a giver and willing to participate in the community. I'm not interested in takers. You're willing to share your business successes openly, candidly with our community, share what's worked with you, and we're going to do the same. Qualified members are going to be selected for the knowledge that they bring to the table, unique skills, resources, and such. Every member adheres to a confidentiality agreement, and what happens within the group stays within the group. You've got to be open to learning, and you must be an action taker. I'm not going to do the work for you. We provide the success roadmap, but it's up to you and your team to implement. Transformation is the name of the game, and in the FAM, we're focused on changing businesses, doctors, and lives for the better. So what's the investment? Well, what's the average new patient worth in your office? Is it $1,000? Hopefully you know these numbers, $2,500 or $5,000 per case value. I mean, what's the real value of learning a skill set that pays you over and over again for life? What's the value of being in a room with high performers, high 6, 7, and 8 figure chiropractors and business owners? So the investment is a one-time $15,000, and we have 3 payment options for that. The first is you can pay $2,500 down today, then 10 monthly installments of $1,250. You'll see a big yellow add to cart button somewhere on this page where you can go ahead and access that if you feel you meet the eligibility criteria. We also have a 2-pay option, $7,000 today, and then $7,000 in 3 months where you can save $1,000. We have a 1-pay option where you can pay $13,000 today, and then you'll save $2,000 off the investment. If your income does not substantially grow during our year together, we'll refund your entire membership. You read that correctly. This is a risk-free opportunity. And in fact, let me be more specific. If you invest $15,000 and you can't track an extra $45,000, an extra 3 times the amount that you've invested for the membership, if you can't track that in the year that we worked together, number one, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. And number two, we will refund your entire investment. So it's risk-free. If you've been a client or subscriber in the past, you've likely made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of dollars from strategies and information that I've shared with you. Now, in the Freedom Alliance Mastermind, we'll be working closely together every month. Not only that, you'll have access to the brain power of other selected members as well, so you can meet and connect. We also periodically bring the best of the best to share their knowledge and insight. Who you surround yourself with matters more than ever in this unpredictable world that we live in. Show me your friends, family, and peer group, and I'll show you your future. I've heard variations of this said many times, and it's never been more true. The last thing you want to do right now is spend large amounts of time with people who lack motivation, discipline, and the ability to be resourceful. I believe tougher times are coming. I think the writing is on the wall. Just look around. I don't think you have to be a genius to figure that out. If the conversations you're having at this moment are about the weather, celebrity gossip, what's happening in the news, how you can cut expenses, save money, you're not in a good place. In the fam, we have conversations about solving problems, growing your practice, your business, investing in relationships, becoming recession-proof, buying cash-flowing assets, accessing private or institutional capital, doing whatever it takes to protect your family, recognizing world happenings and how they affect you, etc. The rich are getting richer, and it's time to tilt the favor in your favor. And I already shared with you my personal guarantee. So this investment is risk-free. Limited spots are available for this membership. As I mentioned previously, we're going to cap it at 50 because I personally believe that's the most that I could actually take in this and still devote the necessary one-on-one time to each member. Once the spots are filled, the doors close, and traditionally my private coaching clients recoup their investment within the first 30 days. If you're an implementer or you execute, you're going to see some pretty amazing results. So here's what to do next. Click that big yellow button that you see on the screen, either below the video or to the right. And to be clear, we're not looking to build this membership into the hundreds or to the thousands. So click that button and follow the process through. And once you're in, my associate, she will go ahead and send you the onboarding questionnaire. The older I get, the smaller my circle gets, and really for good reason. Give me a handful of quality relationships over a large quantity of acquaintances any day of the week. There are no big egos in the fam as well. I just wanted to point that out. We're all here to provide value, and you'll have direct access to me. You can leverage my expertise and track record with our other seasoned members. I've helped many clients grow to 7 and 8 figures with powerful social media and internet marketing methods. And I'll reiterate this because I love this quote: procrastination is a thief that robs the average person of dreams and opportunity. Today is the day to make the decision to change your life, or if you're already doing amazing things, let's crank it up a notch to what you're capable of. Join the fam, and I'm happy to help you, and so is our group, to really reach that next level. Now, you can email Anna at info@dcincome.com if you want to take advantage of those prepay options and save. So that's info@dcincome.com if you want to take advantage. Let's set records together in 2024. Cheers to more prosperity, freedom, and greater impact. My name is Dr. Matthew Loop. And again, I'm here to serve and support you in any way that I can. Click that yellow button, and we'll see you on the inside. We meet every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central Time for our fam meetings. You get access to the recordings if you can't be there, but make it a priority because lots of big things are happening, and quite honestly, the future is very exciting, especially when you surround yourself with high achievers and people that are looking to just play a much bigger game in the world. So hopefully you have a fantastic day and you enjoyed this training, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.